Hello, welcome everyone, and welcome to the JunkCast, episode 16. Today we have myself, 1000 Colors, and Beatnik.
Yo.
And Tom.
Hello.
And Alex.
Hi.
so let's get started. He's so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, I got up at 6 and then I went back to bed, so tired. I got up at 6 and needed the toilet. And I was like, I'm not staying up. Fuck it. I got the podcast in a few hours. I'll get back up before that, and then I woke up late.
At least your mum didn't wake you up at 4 in the morning with her loud phone conversation. Yep, she
Well,
was
that
on
would be
the
really
phone.
awkward because I don't live with her.
And yeah,
I do.
Mum, why are you in my house?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
'cause
gotta make a call.
my mum, like, she always tells me off for being too loud, because every time, like, we come home, I'll be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, can you, like, be quiet? You don't have to speak so loud. And last night, she was doing the exact same thing, and on the phone, she's like, yeah, and then, like, this happened, and then, like, that happened. And I was like, Mom, shut up, it's, like, 4 in the morning.
It's probably payback, and the person on the other end sitting there going, "Oh, why are you yelling everything?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?"
My mum does it for every single phone call. She has no concept of the volume of her voice. So she's like normal, like in normal conversations and that. And then you have like phone conversations and they're like 10 times louder. And yeah. It clearly runs in the family. So yeah.
North.
Yeah. So, first topic.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like a sign that it was like awkward.
They to get a new chair. Post haste.
That was the best answer to a slight silence.
Yeah. And it's like crickets in the background or something. Okay. Would anyone else like to talk as well?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm good.
It's like not the podcast or anything. Okay, I'll kick it up with the first topic. So IGN posted false information about
Oh, no.
Life is Strange episode 2 being delayed, and then the devs clarified on Twitter and said there have been rumors of Ep 2 delay, but development is on track and we're looking to release it before the end of March. So
Oh wow, is it that
yeah.
soon?
Because they already said like the next release will be sometime in March. They didn't say when, but now they've said when. So yeah, I don't know where, because yeah, IGN were like, oh, it's gonna be delayed till like we don't know how long, and they were just like, yeah, it's gonna be delayed, and it could be like, with like The Wolf Among Us, that was delayed for like 3 months or something at one point, or 4 months. It was like ages. But yeah, they said that, and I was like, why am I not surprised at the same time? Because, like, IGN. And then everyone's like, where did IGN, like, get their,
Yeah, that's what I was
get their
just
source
wondering.
from? Either they're, like, too lazy and they decide to make something up, which, like, I wouldn't be too surprised. But, it was like, where did their source came from? Come from.
It's IGN,
Yeah.
they don't
Mine
have
comes from
sources.
Coles.
Yeah.
Nah, you Coles pleb. I'm from Woolies. No, I like to go to both. They've all the
Whatever's-
supermarkets, yeah.
Whatever's closer at the time. really.
Pretty much.
Anywho.
Yes. Oh no, it's not that like unbelievable that IGN makes a mistake. I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, that's why I was like, I'm
it's not that
that
big a deal.
surprised.
Like they're not like the worst source for news anyway. Like there's a whole bunch of sites that are way worse. Just
Yeah.
because not because of like the quality of writing, just the fact like some of the shit that people decide to put on the internet is just it's mind-boggling why anyone would approve it. Like it's just garbage. But I won't get into that.
But yeah, it was like after this, heaps of people, like straight after it was like posted, they were like, oh my gosh, the episodic like release model is like so flawed and it sucks. And then yeah, Don't Nod were like, yeah, it's not being delayed. And then everyone was like, oh, okay.
I'm surprised it was getting released so quick, to be
We're a
honest.
bit on the defensive at the moment with episodic.
Yeah, after like The Wolf Among Us, with that like massive friggin' delay, I was like, But I personally like having the episodic release because it's a good change in pace for me personally, especially for Let's Playing as well. It's nice to cover a new game and then only have to do like 5 episodes per like episode that comes out and that, but everyone, like, different things suit different people. Like, I played The Walking Dead season 1 way after it was released, and yeah, I played it for the first time, and I really enjoyed playing it from start to finish without any breaks, but then I also enjoyed doing the episodic thing as well, so I guess it's all up to personal opinion.
I'm going to say, for me,
Okay.
episodes do make a lot of sense. I never have that much time to... If I've got it playing a massively long game, I play it in chunks because I don't have the time to just sit there and do one massive long gaming session anymore. And yeah, episodes is something where it's just like, cool, I can focus on this episode, get it done in like a good chunk of a gaming session, and then yeah, I'll wait until the next one comes out, get that time to play, and I can do the same thing. It's great.
Yeah, and I think, like, for the genre, it's, like, completely appropriate for the genre. It's basically point-and-click adventure. Pretty much, and, like, it's pretty much, like, completely story-orientated, so it makes sense to do episodic releases and that. Like, with, like, say if you did an RPG or something, an episodic, that would be so dumb, because it's not appropriate for the genre, but I think it fits the genres that, you know, they do it for.
Like a chapter in a book.
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty
Or
good
like
that
a
they do it
tool.
anyway, like from a development standpoint. Like,
Yeah.
then they can like finish the first part and then release it, and then the consumers can go, all right, this first episode was crap, let's not buy the rest of the episodes anyway. Or usually they're in like a big pack, aren't they? But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like a sneak peek of like what's to come, and you might go, oh yeah, that was really good, I'm really looking forward to what's coming next, you guys should all buy this. And then it's kind of like, oh yeah, well, I could buy it now and still play the first and second episode, or I can wait for a while. Like, it kind of just makes sense, especially for point and click. But yeah, something like an RPG or an action game or adventure game like Uncharted or I don't know, something else, then it wouldn't really work. It kind of just be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, you just released like this really short game. Now I have to wait 6 months for you to finish the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's a really awesome point with the development side of things. I was reading an article about a journalist, I can't remember who he used to write for, and then he started writing for Gearbox, I think, on Borderlands 2. And he was saying all the things that he didn't realize about games and that he used to rag on when he was writing. And then once he became a developer, he's just like, wow, I was such a dick and I didn't know all of these things. And one of them was just saying how like people will get annoyed about how they won't develop ideas or mechanics further than they did, or the ending might not have been as great. But then he went on the whole, if you think about it, the statistics say only like a certain percentage of people actually finish the game. So would you put all your effort into the ending that's going to be good for those people who finish it, or make the first bit of the game really good to draw in those people who wouldn't have finished it otherwise? And that's an interesting point going with episodic releases, where they can focus everything on their small chunk of game and make that great, and then people are going to be hooked and want that next one and put the money into it, so they can put that effort into making sure that it's consistently good the whole way through.
Yeah, and what with, like, Tom said, with the Telltale series, you kind of have to buy the whole thing. But with Life is Strange, you can actually buy it with each episode. Like, if you buy the whole thing, it's, like, $5 cheaper, so it's basically buy 4, get 1 free. But yeah, for Life is Strange, it's, like, $5 per episode, and you can buy each episode. Say, like, I only bought the first episode because I didn't have enough money for the whole thing. So that was like $5. And if I hated the first episode and didn't want the rest of it, then that was it. It was just $5. So
Yeah.
I really like what Don't Nod are doing with Life is Strange, and the way that they're structuring it. And the game's really good as well. I really liked it.
I still got to play it. I've got it.
It's good.
I just haven't started it.
Do it now.
That's another thing. Just that price point's pretty cool as well. Because it's all in episodes, you can, like, you don't have to fork out a big amount of money all at once. You can just go, oh, I'll buy this episode now because I can afford it. I'll play that, and I'll buy the next one next pay when I can afford it, and play it then.
That's basically
Cool.
what I'm doing.
I really like the episodic release. It Tom was saying, I think it's not going to work for everything, but where it does work, I'm really enjoying it. Biohazard, Resident Evil Revelations. I'm curious to see how it works in that for the second game.
Very good. Very
It's-
good.
But have you finished it yet?
Yes. Finished on release day.
Oh.
Wow, nice. That's commitment. That is commitment. I will applaud
Episode one's 2 hours long. I've already completed. I haven't done the raid mode yet because the raid mode is fucking huge. But like the raid mode like the way they're doing it for Resident Evil Revelations 2, it's like the story is relatively short from what I've seen. Like episode 1 was 2 hours, but with each new episode that comes out, it's adding something along the region of 20 to 30 raid mode maps each. And they said
Wow.
by the time all three are out, it's going to have around about 200 missions in raid mode. Plus,
Wow, that is
also, it's got the
insane.
throwback missions. And also, it's got the 2 bonus extra episodes. And there is a lot of content. I picked that up. I picked up the bonus deluxe thing for like 30 quid. And I'm very happy. My problem is, though, I completed episode 1 within 2 hours of release, and I was like, I want more now. Give me more now, please.
So-
And
So do
Yeah.
you think the episodic release works for it in like a story sense of progressing that narrative for that one?
yeah, it works in the respect of if you played Resident Evil Revelations, you see like every bit and bob they like break it up into chapter, and it's like end of chapter such and such, and then before the next chapter, so it's like previously on Resident Evil Revelations. You could see with the original Revelations, they're really going for a TV show sort of look, and that's kind of what they've done with the Revelations 2. But now it actually makes sense for it to be episodic, because then when they do the next time on Resident Evil Revelations 2 and previously on Resident Evil Revelations 2, it's not like you've literally
nice.
just completed the chapter and carried on into the next one. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of a break and there's a little bit of hype building. 'Cause, like when you complete the first episode, it's like next time on Resident Evil Revelations 2, and like teases what's in the next section. And I'm just there like, I really hate you guys. I'm going to kill you. Because they leave it on a massive cliffhanger, like the first half, and I'm just like, I'll kill you guys. I'll come to your house and I will kill you. But they're doing that on a weekly release, though. It's good because the next one comes out on the 4th March.
Oh, nice.
Wait, it's only
But,
a week
yeah.
and weekly release.
Yeah, every week.
Just like a TV show. That
Wow.
does sound cool, though.
That's
2 hours or so.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And the raid mode is freaking cool, and yeah, it's got like lots of collectibles, and also it's got this tip. It's got the I don't remember if it's ever in 1 because I never completed the original Resident Evil 1. But when they remastered Resident Evil 1, they added new game modes and stuff for completing the game, such as like Invisible's enemy mode and 1 zombie mode and things like that. And they've added that to Resident Evil Revelations. So there's like invisible enemy mode, and I don't know if there is 1 zombie mode, but there is speedrun mode where you've got to complete the game as fast as possible, and you've got to kill things to stop the timer and break hourglasses and stuff, which is fun.
This sounds
Wait.
cool.
Nice.
I've never really played Resident Evil. Would you say that it's more like a game that like it's really kind of it's like it's like good at the start with the fact that you just like fighting zombies, but then towards the end it just kind of gets crazier and crazier, like in Far Cry 1. Like it
Yep.
just gets a bit
Yeah.
off course, and you're not really fighting zombies. You're fighting like just like people.
The original games, not so much. The original games
No.
are very much uncovering the mystery of that mansion and what was going on there and why these zombies are around.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't get craziness, but once you get to sort of more Resident Evil 4, that's when it does start getting a bit like that.
Because I did play Resident Evil 5, and I was kind of put off. Like I thought it was cool, but I was just like,
5
like-
sucked.
4,
Yeah.
5 and 6 went downhill, then Revelations
Yeah.
brought it right back up. Like Revelations is very true to the original one. But it's good because it's got the newer sort of over the shoulder camera, but it's done in a very good way, and it's not like an action game really.
Yeah.
It's very much more of a like the classic ones.
Damn it! You keep
It
doing
does have
this.
some
You keep
big
bringing up
over-the-top
older
elements.
games and bumping them up my list of things to play.
Yeah.
So if I was to buy it, like buy
Mhm.
a Resident Evil game and try it out, which one should I buy?
Revelations. Revelations
Oh.
1 or 2.
That's
Honestly,
a big
because
call.
the camera is fucking shit in the old ones. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
okay,
I
I
love
will pay
Resident
that.
Evil. The camera is so unintuitive and such a pain in the ass. I haven't played the older Resident Evils with the fixed camera in ages, and I'm actually having trouble playing the remaster because the camera being so jank.
I
And
can play with
they've
janky
changed that
cameras
as well. They've changed the. I was looking at one review with that, and they've changed the way that the controls work with their camera scheme. So previously, it used
Yeah.
to be. Did you ever play the old school Tomb Raider games, Tom?
Not Tomb Raider. I had a
Ah.
Nintendo 64, so I was kind of like,
Okay. So the control scheme goes that it's up is forward, down is backwards, left is pivot left, and pivot
Yeah.
right. But now
You
they've
can do
changed
that
it
in
so
the
that
remaster.
it's. Oh, you can change that.
You can
Okay.
turn it back on, yeah.
Ah,
It's an option to turn it back on or have it as the new, which is like, you know,
you go
more
in the
fluid. But the
direction
problem is yeah.
the camera changes.
Problem is the
change-
camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
so how
I
many
walk around corners and end up walking backwards on myself because I take my hand off the
Yep.
button and then it resets
There
my
was,
movement.
there was a whole section on that in the review I watched. It was gold.
Mm.
how many like games are in the remastered version?
In Resident Evil Remasters, Resident Evil 1, and that's it. Just
Uh,
the
uh,
Resident Evil Remastered is Resident Evil 1, just remastered, which has been remastered again and again
It's-
and again.
If you're gonna go with the old school ones, I'd vote for Resident Evil 2 over Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Just because it's a much more polished story and the progression is much more polished. Whereas the first one, it does get confusing because you're in this massive mansion and it's a lot of backtracking and okay, I've got the
Yeah.
key for this door, so I've got to go to the other side of the mansion, which means I've got to go through all these rings and you're always checking the map and it's really good,
Yeah.
but it's just not as polished as Resident Evil 2 was.
yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil 1, as I say, I'm doing a Let's Play on it at the moment, and it's literally like every couple of minutes I'm checking the map, and also I'm trying to remember, because like you'll pick up a key, but on the map it won't mark what doors you can unlock now. It'll just say they're still all locked. And so you'll pick up a key, and it's like the helmet key, and it's like, okay, shit, what doors for the helmet? Was the helmet door? I don't know which one, so I'm just going to have to go back through and check every single bloody door. And, you know, some of these obviously don't lead to anywhere important. Some of these like are extra items or whatever,
Wait,
which
they
is a problem.
did they remake the first one for GameCube?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Ah,
remade it for
actually, I think I do have that somewhere. I think my brother has it. I should totally go and get that.
This is essentially that remake, but with higher textures and resolution
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On PS4.
Basically.
on PC and PS4 and
PS4 and
Xbox.
PC. Good. But is the PC version like controller compatible? I said that really weirdly.
It would be. All the other
Yeah.
Resident Evil games are. So
Okay. I might take a look into that then, because I don't know. I've always kind of steered away from it because I thought that it was just like the first few games were like really good, and then it kind of just dropped off. I thought, and I was like, yeah,
5 and
Well,
6
it
dropped
did
off massively.
drop off, yeah.
yeah.
But it's kind of come back, which is exciting
Yeah.
because I want to get into it again. Because I played 5, like I played the original ones, and then I played 5, and I was like, this sucks. And that was it.
I like
Play the Game
shooting
Boy
zombies
one.
and shit.
You know what is bad then? Played every single Resident Evil. I haven't played the GameCube one, the Game Boy one, because of, you know, I don't want to force myself to put pins in my eyes, but, you know,
Game Boy or 3DS one.
Game Boy.
There's a
The Game Boy one. Yeah, it was originally going to be a project which was released, but then it got scrapped, and then someone found the they got hold of like the they got hold of the files and stuff. Then they started basically selling it, and they did I think it was like a Kickstarter or something. It was years and years and years ago, but they did effectively like a Kickstarter. It was like, if I get this much money, I'll release it to the public, and then they got this much money, and they earned a shitload of money off this, and they was like, okay, here you go. And it's a really, really badly designed game, but this guy earned a fair amount of money off this.
This does
Well,
look pretty
he
dope.
did deliver, so
Yeah, he delivered someone else's stolen content
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bit crap.
That's like selling it on the black market, but not actually on the black market.
to loads of people.
Yeah.
Selling it to loads of people on the black market, pretty much.
Oh,
That
wow.
can go
Yeah.
into shitty Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Revelations would be a good one. And it has raid mode, which is one of my favorite things ever in Resident Evil.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm okay if like the controls or camera or whatever is crap. Like, I would probably be more in it for the story.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, story, yeah, go for the earlier ones.
yeah, it's just like I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to be like, well, who the fuck's this? Who's that? What's going on? Like, I don't get it. Like,
No,
kind of
I
want to go
loved
in, but it's just be
it.
like, cool.
It's great reading through all the notes and stuff that you find around the place because they all add so much. And it actually is interesting to go and read all the notes that you find.
That sounds dope. That
It's like
sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah, I think, because I'm like the same with like Dragon Age, Inquisition, and like Skyrim, like all the Elder Scrolls kind of stuff. I have to read everything, all the Tim. All the damn Tim. I love
up all
it.
those
I
plates.
love the lore. Yeah, of course. All the silver plates.
Yeah. If I like care about the lore, then I'll go to like great efforts just to find out like everything about the game. Like Fallout, like I'll just be like researching
I know,
it. Like I'm
constantly
studying.
on like Wikipedia, and then I'll go on this channel where they do like lore videos and that, and it's really, really good, and I'll just look it up quickly. I can't remember what they're called.
I
we
will
wanna move-
advise Resident Evil's story is batshit insane and confusing at points. It
It's
gets really
fantastic.
confusing. It's good. It's great. I love the game.
okay.
But
The
its story gets
first one's
confusing the later
much
you
more
get in.
simple.
So is it like Metal Gear Solid crazy? Like it doesn't
Yeah,
feel
the
like
later
crazy.
you get in, the more gets added to it, and you're just like, but he was dead, but now he's not dead, but he's dead again.
You're talking
Is he
later in the
dead or not
series
dead?
rather than later in the game, though, right?
Yeah, later in the series.
Yep.
Everyone gets
Definitely
like
good.
resurrected at least once.
Well,
Yeah.
don't tell me that.
Freaking-
Like,
Actually, you should start with Resident Evil 0 because that's the start of the entire story. There you go.
then
Resident
is that like on PC? Can I just buy that on
GameCube.
Steam? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1, it's nice and
Yeah.
high
Resident
texture and
Evil 1 is
everything.
good.
Yeah. All right. I'll take a look into
You
it.
don't need 0 to understand like all of the story. 0's like a bit extra. really.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Zero came out after the first one, like way
did.
after.
Oh yeah, I found the
They did.
channel. It's called Shoddy Cast. It's so good. Love it.
Okay.
We should have got that name for the podcast.
Yeah, the
Damn.
Shoddy Cast.
Ooh, this looks pretty cool.
But yeah, there's so much lore. All the Tim. I love it so much. I've stopped watching them because I got really busy, so I think I'm
man.
gonna go back. They're doing like Dragon Age Inquisition lore as well, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to watch it. I need to make time to watch it.
Oh, holy shit, they got The Witcher 2.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm totally
It's
gonna watch this later.
All lore.
Oh,
it's
that
fantastic.
is really cool.
Like even just like
Oh, and
looking
they're, like
through it, I'm
short
like,
little episodes.
Yeah, and it's like condensed as
Ah.
well. You're not sitting there listening for like an hour. It's really cool.
That is really cool. Oh, subscribe.
Yep.
Done.
When I first found it, I was like, sub! Let me sub all the times.
like every single one of these, like I'm just like, oh, I could easily watch that and like really get into that. Like all these videos look pretty good.
Yeah. There's heaps. And they
Do we
keep
want to move
bringing
on to
more
the
out.
next topic? We've
Yeah.
I was
kind
going to
of-
say, I've just started looking at the next topic, and wow.
Yeah.
It does look awesome.
I do have a few things to say about it. So, recently, a few screenshots of GTA5 on PC have been released, and they look pretty good. Like, pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, pretty
So,
damn.
Fuck Rockstar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I saw
I'm moving
that.
on. I'm moving on my stance of fuck Nintendo. Fuck Rockstar.
Yeah.
Nintendo at
Making
least
me-
deliver.
Are you
These guys are just giant
you-
pricks.
Are you saying this purely because they're taking their time to release this?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
So
Nah.
with it, but they took forever to like bring out the 1st
They've delayed
one,
it
and it was
so
worth it.
many months.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
delaying
they-
it for a reason. Like,
Yeah,
they're not
they-
just like
Wait a
going,
minute,
oh,
wasn't
let's just
4
delay
a
it.
shitty port?
Yeah, it's like
Wasn't for a really shitty port.
Yeah,
They
that's
did-
well, they probably are trying to avoid that now by
yeah,
like delaying it.
because GTA 4 was
But
like
they
a really
delayed
bad
for
port.
a ton.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but they didn't really add anything, so it's like exactly the same. For this, it's
But they're
quite
adding
different.
graphics. That's it.
they could. I don't know.
They're adding like first person. There's a couple more, but the only one I remember is first person. That one jumped
That's
out to me.
first person's in the first person's in the new console generation, which is already out.
Yeah, but like I don't have a new
Everything they're
console,
adding
so,
is already
yeah.
out.
I think with
Everything
like
they're adding is already on the console.
I think with
I'm
like
not-
a big company such as Rockstar, like a lot of different like teams are working on like different ports. So I don't know, like if one team comes up to like I don't know the CEO and they're just like, oh, so we need a lot more time on this. It's not polished. People are going to get real mad. Then it's kind of like, oh, yeah, take your time, like finish it, make sure that it's good, or at least releasable, and then we'll try. And if it's not like totally fantastic, we'll fix it in after release. But I don't know, like I'm all for delaying a video game if you think that it needs it.
I
Yeah,
wish
'cause
more
it-
people would do it.
Yeah, like The Witcher 3 was delayed, and I was like, yeah, take as long as you want. Like, come on, like it's a good thing, really.
I'm
It's-
annoyed because they originally said in March, it'll be fine, it'll be out in March, and
They
then it
do
was
it
like
all the time. It's
it's
normal.
coming out in April. And now I'm expecting April to come around and be like, April Fools, dickheads! It's never coming out!
No, it's just
That's
like
basically what I'm expecting.
I totally don't give a crap. I'm like, for more graphics, fantastic. Because, like, I originally bought it on the PS3. I'm pretty sure it's PS3, yeah. And, like,
Yep.
I got it for the actual game. I didn't get it for the graphics. But if I'm going to buy it on PC, it's going to be for the freaking graphics. So I totally don't care. If I'm going to fork out another, like, you know what, like 75 Australian dollars, it better be freaking worth it.
I don't know.
I've already forked out for it. I've already
I'm
pre-ordered it, but still. I just
seen-
want it. I want it on PC now.
I've seen too many games like Brink is the first one that comes to mind. Because that game was freaking awesome as a multiplayer game. But
Yeah. The single
there was
player
so many
sucked.
bugs because they brought it out early. There was so many bugs, and they were like full-on server issues. So the community that they had when it started were gone within a month when they hadn't fixed all the bugs yet. And that's it. It just never took off after that because the community left after they launched a broken product.
Yeah,
And it was an
had so
awesome
much fun
product.
with
And that's
that
what's
game.
so annoying.
I had so much fun with that game.
Get
Makes me
Dirty Bomb.
sad.
Dirty Bomb.
Mm.
It's going to be the new Brink. Confirmed.
I haven't like played that at all, even though I own it. And I've owned it
Same.
for several months now.
Dirty Bomb.
I haven't. It's not released yet. It's in early
it's in
access at
beta.
the moment.
They had a closed beta last weekend, I think.
yeah,
And they got another one
Yeah,
coming
they're
next
doing-
weekend.
Sessions.
Yeah.
but I've
this
never
weekend.
actually played it, so.
Friend of mine,
it's like
Isn't the embargo still on it, or was that
Nope.
old news?
Never
Sure.
they had an embargo.
Okay. Yeah, I knew
People
they
have been
had
releasing
one.
videos for that for years.
Yeah, I know. The embargo
Literally
didn't
years.
do anything. Didn't do anything at all.
It looks
I don't
alright.
remember there ever being one.
The movement doesn't look or feel as fluid as it did in Brink. That was the most amazing thing about that game. This has got the gunplay down, but the movement just doesn't quite feel as good.
I used to love playing like the skinny characters Brink and just running over everything.
Yes. It was like the Scout in TF2. It was great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
except with like added parkour.
Yeah,
Mm.
wall runs.
So
All
many.
run
I
everywhere.
remember for Screen Cheat, like people releasing like videos like a couple of days before the embargo ended or something, or it would have been a day or so.
Actually,
And
I
I
have a
was like-
confession.
Assholes.
I have a confession. I got
Okay.
the
There
embargo
was no
date
embargo.
wrong.
See?
What?
I got the
He
date
got the
wrong.
embargo
It-
date.
They all released their videos on the embargo when
Yeah.
it finished, and they're going,
Asshole.
"Oh, we gotta wait a couple days. Come on!" And not realizing that they were all, yeah.
God damn it, bitch.
Asshole.
I'm sorry.
I remember that happening too. I was like, we were all like, "Benny, you sure it's this thing?" You're like, "Absolutely sure."
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And then we're like, "Fuck those guys. Fuck all of you."
Sorry.
It
We're
took
just
me
like-
forever to like edit
My
it
bad.
anyway, so not a big deal.
So, what's the lesson we all learned? Don't
Not to
that
listen to
beatnik guy.
Beatnik.
So GTA 5 is going to be terrible then, because Beat said it would be good.
I didn't say it was going to be good.
no.
I didn't say it was going to be good. I was saying it's a good thing that they're taking their time to try and make sure it's good. We'll wait and
That
see
means
whether
it's
it
a
is or
bad
not.
thing
Bad thing.
that they're taking time.
Everyone cancel your pre-orders.
Oh
go
my
home.
God.
We're reading like too much into this.
I'm just going to sit back in the corner and keep drinking beer then.
And then
Everyone
clink.
cancel your pre-orders. Go home.
Yeah, I got your Tom.
Yeah. There you go. It's been empty for ages. My God.
Oh, I thought that was you that dumped the microphone, so
Oh,
I'm like,
it's not-
yeah, he's got my
it's
back.
meh.
It's empty anyway, but like,
I love how like textures in video games, they look good from afar, but then you get really, really close and they just look like crap.
I don't even know how they
Makes
do
such
it.
a big
Really,
difference.
like I've never really tried to make a texture, but
I have.
it looks fucking difficult as shit. Like I just look at it, like I look at like the raw file. I'm like, God damn! Like no wonder some shit looks like crap. Like my God.
I think, yeah, like mapping like actually doing a texture isn't that bad. Or it depends what kind of like textures and that. Some are harder than others. But trying to map it to the 3D model is like the most infuriating thing I've done, because you actually have to make it look good. Especially on a person, when you're doing a person. You have to make sure that their eyeballs aren't like, you know, on top of their forehead or, you know, halfway across their neck or something. It can be really annoying.
Hair and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and like when you separate, like that's why in old games you have lots of like you always have like the neck seam, is because, you know,
The
trying
neck scene.
like sometimes, you know, when you create your own custom characters, they'll have a neck seam, just above their collarbones at the bottom of their
Oh,
neck.
seam. I
Yeah,
thought you were saying
seam.
scene. Like,
No, seam. But yeah,
okay.
you'll have like a neck seam because the textures of like the body are like just one thing, and then you can change like the color of like the head, and it totally messes it up. I've done that so many times in Oblivion. Like the body will be like green or blue, and the head's actually normal, and then it's just stupid.
It's so funny looking at the like old the old textures from Fable.
Oh,
Like it just has their
yeah.
face, and it just like someone's like torn off the skin and just like pushed it into like a printer and get just like on print. Hey,
Yeah.
we're good. So we got.
Yeah, I think like when you look at the mapping of the face, like after it's been done and that, it looks horrifying. It looks like, you know, like a wax person or something. I don't know, it's creepy.
I'm gonna find it. Oh God, found
Yeah.
a photo.
Cuz I used to do yeah, I found one. Yeah, this is going up in the podcast right now.
Oh, we're gonna
no,
see this now.
I need to write my notes. I don't have my notes.
That didn't disappear.
Oh,
no,
what?
that's just like a
What?
white screen.
Oh, that's
Wait,
so
can-
creepy.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the one that I was looking at. And look at its ears. Or
Have you
Actually, I
have you
don't
guys
even know
seen
what those
Mrs.
are.
Doubtfire?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like when Robin Williams rips the face off and it's on the floor and the
Yeah.
truck runs over it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mildly disturbing, to say the least.
I'm sad now.
Yeah, too
Oh.
soon, Beatnik. Too
Yeah,
soon.
god damn it, Nick.
I'm sorry.
What the hell's wrong with you for mentioning someone? God.
No, why you do this?
I'm sorry.
Do we want to go on to the next topic, or
Let's do it.
Sure.
I don't know anything about this, so you guys are gonna have to take the reins.
Bloodborne. Yeah,
Okay, well, some game.
I
It's
Who the hell
game.
put it there?
yeah, Bloodborne.
Bloodborne,
yeah.
Dark Beast
Alex.
boss trailer. Bloodborne is the new spiritual successor to Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I'm
it
watching
looks
the
very
trailer, the guy
similar.
look-
I get the feeling that Alex likes Dark Souls. I don't know why. Something just makes me.
I do like Dark Souls, but I've been deliberately avoiding Bloodborne because it will force me to buy a PS4, which I don't have the money for.
You said exclusive.
Yes, it's an exclusive PS4.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, I have a PS4. I
Mhm.
should do a Let's
It
Play
was
of it.
developed in
I
conjunction.
have
If I
all
remember
the
correctly,
things.
it's developed in conjunction with Sony or something or other. As like an exclusive contract or something that they had to do, which is why it's an exclusive. I can't bloody remember the details. I remember like sort of when it sort of came out that it was exclusive, everyone was like, "Fuck you guys! You fucking betrayed the PC people!" And they're just like, "Well, no, our hands are tied. There's a contract or something or other." And everyone was just like, "No, fuck you! You could break that fucking contract." I was like, "No, no we couldn't.
It's like,
Fuck you! Fuck the man
actually.
also."
Break the
Damn.
Yeah,
contract. It's like, all right, let's break the contract. Done.
Yeah, it's just a conscious decision that you make. Just in defiance of the patriarchy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I went there.
What?
Oh, good.
It looks
Yeah.
cool. Boss looks fucking big. It's like a giant bone thing. Dog that shoots lightning. I don't really understand what is happening in Bloodborne, to be fair, because I haven't really looked much into it. But yeah, it looks cool. The person who's actually playing in the trailer seems to be really bad at Bloodborne, Dark Souls sort of games. I don't know if it's a lot different of a feel, but he seems to just get beaten the living shit out of. And it seems, I don't know, from what I've seen of Bloodborne, it seems like a more clunky Dark Souls, sort of like a Lord of the Fallen sort of deal, because like from watching the trailer, it seems that people like you can just flood yourself with healing, unlike in Dark Souls where it was like, yeah, you got like 2 heals to start with, and at max you're gonna have maybe 8. And in this, the guy's like starts with like 18 heals. It's like, oh, yeah, you can just keep letting it smack you in the face while you hit it back and heal. It'll be fine. Literally, it seems watching that trailer, it seems that the guy died because he just, didn't heal. He just decided to stop healing at one point.
Ah.
So
Ah.
it looks okay, but yeah, I need to get a PS4 for it, so I'm not really that fussed upon it. And also, from what I've seen, it just looks very clunky.
Fair enough. I don't really know anything about it, so. So yeah, I put it there because I knew you were gonna be here today.
I'm more looking forward to Scholar of the First Sin, to be fair, which is the re-release of Dark Souls 2, which is going to have like additional content, additional NPCs and stuff, and better graphics and that. In all honesty, I'm looking for that.
I need to get through Dark Souls so that I can jump onto that when it's out. This seems to be a recurring theme for me. Hey, this is
It's not
happening.
really
I
a
need to
game
finish the previous
that,
ones.
It's not really a game that you need to play through the old ones to understand it, to be fair.
Okay.
In my opinion. Like, there isn't really much of a story in Dark Souls. That's the thing. It's most of the time interpretations from reading the descriptions of items and stuff and thinking about where said guy is, etc. and what sort of implications that means for the story.
So it's more
It's like,
set in the same world rather than a continuation of the same story?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't feel that you need to play the original one to understand it. It adds to it, but yeah, to be fair, if you're playing for it yourself and reading all the descriptions of items and stuff, I don't actually think that none of it. I don't think it would make no sense if you hadn't played the first one. The first one doesn't have much hinging on the second, because the first one is kind of, well, yeah. There's a channel Vati Vidya who do lots of Dark Souls lore and stuff, and it's very much one of those, hey, look, it kind of just like they did a video the other day which was like, hey, look, this is the story and stuff, and it actually, the first one kind of has a little bit of a bearing on the second one, but it's that much of a little bit of a bearing that if you hadn't played the first one, it wouldn't have actually made any difference to your gameplay anyway.
Okay.
Because, yeah, basically the story of the first one leading into the second one is no matter what you do, someone else will do the other thing that you did and start number 2 anyway. So it's like, no matter what you do, it's futile and you're doing number 2. Basically.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Good to know.
Do we
They're good
need
games.
another topic?
Possibly.
Who's
I haven't
doing the
looked much
others?
into
I think we do.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I have no idea about this because I don't actually like any of those games.
This one just says Evolve, The Order, and the Impossible $40 price point. I'm just going to assume that this means that that Evolve and The Order 1886 should have been like $40 because they're so short or not as polished. Or
Limited
Well,
content.
Your powers of
basically-
deduction are great.
yeah, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I've
Yeah,
heard
they-
that the Order 1886 isn't not a polish issue. It's the fact that it's people are
Short.
complaining because it's short and all of the good parts are at the end.
That's what I said.
I haven't heard that bit. All
But
I've
yeah.
heard
Yeah,
is that it's just
every
kind of
bit's good at the end.
nothing's amazing about it. It's all just kind of they tickle the boxes and made a game, and that was it.
Well, the
And
thing
that's
is
what
with
people are annoyed at.
the problem with Evolve was that like that much for a multiplayer only game is ridiculous.
Yeah,
then
I'll
for-
definitely pay that.
For the Order, which I would have to agree with the Evolve stuff, but with the Order, just people saying it was like really short and that, but like I don't know how long it would take me to finish it, but I know Halo 4, like I finished it in 8 hours, and apparently this game is also 7 to 8 hours. So
8 hours.
The
for
Order's
60
more
bucks is
along
it's a bit
6.
much.
yeah, and like I paid
The Order's more
I
along
paid-
6 though,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
2.5 hours of cutscenes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it just depends how long it takes you to finish. Like I said, I haven't played it, so maybe it would take me way less to finish it. But
It'd have to be like really good, like really, really fucking good for me to pay $60 for a 6-hour game.
yeah, and considering like people are saying it's nothing too special, then I would definitely buy it on sale. It definitely interests me, but like not for that amount of money because yeah, if it's nothing special, then eh.
No, but I think that it was a good game. It was just really short, so people were like, "Oh, it's fucking short." And but it's more cinematic because it runs at 24 frames a second or whatever,
Yeah.
or it's 30.
They changed
Oh,
that.
God.
They changed it to 30 now.
Yeah,
It's
30.
fixed at 30 with black
30
bars.
is still low.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Why has that suddenly become a thing?
It's not really so much of a thing.
Because
it's more the fact
consoles
that they
are
were
fairly
going for
underpowered.
cinematic view.
And
No,
that's just
what
what they
was,
were
um,
going for.
Evil Within did the same thing. Ah,
And then they put a patch
it.
out so you could get rid of it in game. You didn't
Yeah.
need an extra thing.
but doesn't that just cut off the top and bottom? Cut off the sides so that it zooms in more?
Wait, what? No, it just wait.
Evil
what?
Within? What are you on about? You're on about
The
colours on
Evil
like 30
Within.
frames per second patch, not the black barring.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Ah, right.
The black barring is because people are morons and think that the game will look better in fucking stereoscopic.
Although, like with the Evil Within, like you could kind of like fix it, but apparently like the quick action stuff was like originally in the black bars. So if you got rid of the black bars, you wouldn't know what what buttons to click for the quick time. So people had to keep them until eventually
Ah,
they
that's
fixed it.
hilarious.
And yeah, and then
My
people were finally happy.
I just looked at the next topic. I'm so excited. My God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't. Just cut in. But yeah, my God.
Yeah, I put that
Really?
one in as well for you and Alex specifically. So
But yeah, I don't know. Like $40 for like a game, I reckon, is what we should be trying to work towards. Like Australia, games used to be even like 4 or 5 years ago. They used to be like $100, and you'd be pretty like that'd be about what you'd have to pay.
yeah,
But now they're down to about 70. Like if you try hard enough, you could probably get it for 60, maybe even cheaper. Like I got The Witcher 3 for $30.
yeah.
And it's
Um,
or $25, and I was like, awesome.
And I think
But-
especially with indie games as well, because indie
Oh, yeah.
games generally go for cheaper, even if they're just as long and just like have as like just as, like has the same amount
Yeah.
of quality.
Yeah,
as,
you're
like,
right,
a
it's-
AAA.
I'd say
They're
that
definitely
indie games
putting
are a bit of a different beast though, because really it's just like instead of paying a whole bunch of people, you only have to pay like one or 10 people, you know? So you can
Yeah.
really lower down the price. You can be like, all right, we'll sell it for this much. If it sells this much, then we break even. But like for a big company, they're like, shit, like we've invested millions upon millions of dollars into this game. Like
But-
we really need this to sell. We really need this high price point.
I think it's good though because it's putting pressure on those bigger developers where they've got that massive team behind them. Yet suddenly some little indie team can put out something that's not quite as pretty, but it's going to have such good gameplay and story, or it'll have something special about it, and then they're able to sell it at a smaller price point and still have this really amazing, engaging game. Yet you're going to have people releasing stuff like, AAA developers releasing The Order, and it ticks all the boxes and it's nothing special, and expecting full price just because it's from a AAA developer. This is where it's sort of cool seeing the indie guys driving that a bit more, putting the pressure on them. And I think that's why people are getting so shitted off with the Order being so short and lackluster and still full price.
Yeah.
I don't really like the idea of like with the indie game space that if people buy it, then there's like the promise of updates to come. I really don't like that because if you think about it, no other game does that. Like, or most games don't, with the exception of like World of Warcraft.
Are you meaning indie game space or
indie games.
The early release?
The
green, not Greenlight. Early access.
Nah, like
access.
like indie games like Terraria, or actually I think Starbound's in early access. But games that have like they're at release and then people are like, oh well, we paid for it, we want updates. I don't think that's a really good model to have because it's kind of like, yeah, you paid for it, but like, if it's a finished product, then it's kind of like, all right, I want to work on something different. You got to think like, I don't think people think of like indie games from the dev's point of view. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just a random thought. I don't know, but
I didn't realize that was a sort of mentality that was had with a lot of them. I understand with Terraria, they have sort of pushed and given that extra content that they keep adding, and they do keep adding a lot actually.
Yeah, even with like Minecraft though, like Minecraft's gone pretty stale, like I don't think a lot of people play it, or definitely not as many people play it as they used to be.
But that was another early access game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was another example of an early access like that. If anything, that was sort of the birth of early access, or like in the mainstream sort of thing.
Yeah,
because that was a beta that got massive.
Yeah, but
it wasn't the full release.
Once it released, though, then they didn't. They kept on updating. They're still updating it, even though
Like,
it's
nowhere near as much.
But nobody plays like vanilla Minecraft anymore. Mod packs are the way to go now.
Yeah,
there's so many good mod packs.
But I played vanilla.
Yeah.
Get out.
Fuck you.
Oh, Alex just goes. Alex doesn't care. He's like, whatever.
Fine.
There ain't no
You don't get my Starbound
meat
server
between these buns or something.
because that one's vanilla and apparently it's not good.
But yeah, I
Starbound
think.
doesn't have. Well, no, it does have mods actually.
But yeah, I think like with the video games and that, I think there's quite a lot of different aspects of like the film industry that they're trying to emulate, especially with like the black bar crap. That's just bullshit because
24 frames.
It's like it's a game. Like it works for film, but that kind of stuff does not work for games. That's like where they definitely differ. Differ. But like I think they're trying to drop down the price as well because like the film industry makes so much money. And they still have a massive cast and crew. Like, they can have a massive cast and crew and still pay everyone a fair amount of money, but then still make a massive profit. Like, for a film to be successful in box office, it has to make triple the amount that their budget was. So the standards are pretty high. You have to make lots of money, and they still do it every time, and they're still, like, selling tickets for like about the same amount as like an average indie game, and they're still making that much profit and still paying heaps of people. I think I think just games in general, they're dropping their prices and trying to like advertise more, especially with like YouTube and that. They're getting way more like free advertisement through all these massive like YouTubers. Like, say what you want about PewDiePie, but he draws in a massive crowd for game developers, and he's probably like, for quite a few game devs, like their best friend pretty much. Like he plays a game and suddenly you've got thousands and thousands of monies now. So
you got thousands of monies.
Yeah. All of the monies.
That can be twofold. I was on Twitter the other day, and the Kevin Erickson, I think his name is, the person who made roller derby, disco, dodgeball, blah 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 blah. That game. Can't remember its full name. It's fucking long. But roller derby disco dodgeball.
Yep,
What's it
that
called?
one.
Genius.
Yeah, you know what it's called. Like basically he said that there's like a big channel that had like 6 million subscribers or so that played his thing, but that equivalated in 0 sales because the person didn't put a link to the Steam page in the description or anything, and that wasn't anywhere.
Yeah.
That wasn't anywhere, which meant that he just got literally nothing out of that.
Yeah.
And he was saying on Twitter, like, you know, if you do videos on games, always remember to put that in your descriptions and stuff because, yeah, that can really harm a indie developer's sales that they can receive from your coverage of the game.
It's kind of lame though that nobody like bothered to look it up or anything, like unless it wasn't in the title. But yeah, that's kind of lame that nobody looked it up. Like I personally never go to description to look for the game link. I always look it up. What's wrong with these people?
I don't know, but yeah, looks like exactly. Just reading off Twitter now. Looks like exactly as 0 sales impact from that 6 million subscriber video of Disco Dodgeball. Please include store links in the video description.
I find
some
it
people
really
do look
hard
it up,
to
but
believe that it
yeah.
was 0 sales. Like not even one person looked it up.
I think it's a fair call though.
As I say,
I know. I saw a
it's
Jada. She put up a video about some indie game that was done as a like uni project for some students, and it was freaking awesome. And I never would have found that. They only have it for download off of their Facebook page and a Dropbox link because it's not an actual like professional studio or anything.
Oh yeah.
But the only reason I found that was because it was in the links in the comments.
Oh yeah. That's fair enough, but if it's like a game on Steam and that, it's usually really easy to find.
What he probably means is the fact that, you know, people may have came over and like bought it on Steam, but probably one, not as many, or two, like I'm pretty sure that when you when you have your game on Steam, you can see statistics to like how people got to your page and stuff, and like, you know, if they got to your page from YouTube, for example, you can actually see that.
So it wouldn't show
yeah.
It wouldn't show us coming from YouTube then. So to them it would look like 0. Yeah, I'll pay that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure another indie developer that I was following had said something about this the other day, that, you know, when you get traffic on Steam, it is sort of said like this person was linked from YouTube, this person was linked from Google, this person just found it straight through Steam. It's not like very, very specific, but, you know, it's good enough to make good assertions of where the traffic's coming from.
I think they would have at least gotten one sale from like Google or something. It would have, like, of course they wouldn't have gotten it from YouTube because, you know, no link.
I know they would have got something, but the fact is there is a lot of lazy people out there as well that would not just no link, fuck it, can't be bothered. You know?
I always put in links. I don't get like the linklessness all the time because I don't know. I just made it good practice to do that from the start of my channel. So yeah, like even if it was like a AAA game, I still did it. So yeah,
there's a lot of people who like don't even look in the description for links. Like there's a whole fuck ton of people.
Yeah, that was my point. It was like I never look in the description for links. If I want to look up a game, I usually just Google it, just because I'm so used to just Googling it.
Maybe for a game, but like, I don't know. There's like heaps of people who just go, "Oh, this is really cool. What is it?" And it's like, there's a link in the description. You know that, right? It's like, oh, no, I didn't check that. Well, I'm not gonna check. Like, oh my god.
But
you idiot.
Damn fool.
Something that did happen was Total Biscuit did a video on it, and he was saying that from the video that he did, like, this is a sort of impact they can make and stuff, like bigger channels. Like, he said after they did the video, the player base for that game, like, tripled.
Ah, yeah.
So, you know, and, yeah, I don't know, maybe the person that did the video on it may not mentioned where to get it either. I don't know who did this video, but, you know, they may have just played the game, had no mention of ever where to pick it up or anything. Some people, you know, you do need to spoon feed them enough to say, look, you can get this on Steam, it is this much, go buy it, you penis, sort of thing. Like, without that sort of incentive, some people are just like, video game? We buy from Steam? No, we don't buy from Steam.
No.
We
No.
yes, we go to a local video game store and they sell it there. Yes.
Yeah.
Local video game store. You sell this game? No. Okay then.
No.
Oh fuck.
Some people are
Really
that
off topic.
fucking. Yeah, some people are that fucking dumb though. In all
Yeah,
honesty.
there's lots of dumb people. Oh yeah, we were like talking about this, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm really excited for the next topic," and then we went on this rampage, like this rant.
So
We're doing it purely to tease you.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do we want to move on or?
No,
So
no,
we'll,
I'm
so
still
we'll just
really getting into this.
no, we'll just skip.
Delete
we'll just
that.
skip. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So that PC game, yeah, that's definitely.
Euro Truck Simulator 2 is dope. I love that game.
Tell us, Tom.
So Euro Truck Simulator 2 released this new like way of modding its game, and it pretty much goes through like the same processes that the actual devs go through in order to make content, which is so dope because one day I think it'd be absolutely awesome if there was a giant world map for Euro Truck Simulator. That is my hope.
Yeah.
Of the actual world.
someone will do it. You
The
know,
world.
someone will do it.
And
It'll be a
you only
massive
need a team
project.
of like 10 people and you
Yeah.
could get the globe down pretty quick. Like they've already done like most of the world anyway. You just need to combine some of the packs, polish it up, and
Someone
much
will
go.
do it.
Yep.
Someone will.
But yeah, they
You could
also
even just.
by the looks of it you can like make new like wheels and stuff. And I'm guessing you can probably retexture stuff. You can probably make it look even better. And oh
Yep.
my god, I love that game. I love driving a truck around.
Someone is gonna do that.
We've got to play Euro Truck Simulator 2 again, Alex, on your stream.
Yeah.
Because last time
I will.
it was hella fun when we got it working.
There's so many problems.
Yeah, but I think the mod pack was the online thing was new then.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many problems with the fact that like we were just getting stuck in walls and stuff.
Yeah.
The amount of times. Let's leave this dock.
Yeah, but it's a
Space
game
now.
that is
Goodbye.
like they just took the single player and went, all right, let's just add multiplayer. They didn't like change anything. So what do you expect? Like they're not gonna. It's not made for that yet.
I know. I find it hilarious though. Just like I remember when we first did it, and we were driving out of a truck yard thing, and then everyone else tried to drive out at the same time, and suddenly everyone's like hitbox and stuff or whatever, like all spawned in at the same time, and they were like all on top of each other. So the game just shat itself and fired lorries everywhere.
Yeah.
And I ended up just somehow vertical merged through the floor,
I remember.
and someone had to ram me out of the floor. And
Someone, I was just like
That's
sitting there
really
like
weird.
laughing, and then this guy's just like,
that was
and we were
awesome.
on our way.
It's just like, quick, push him and get him out of that floor. God damn it. We
think
will
I got
save
that.
you.
I remember I got pushed through the floor and then became a
I remember
truck.
you ended up
god.
in space or something, and it was like, here's level million now, but you
Yeah.
can't afford because you got a million debt.
Yeah, it was like, all right, you're in giant debt now, but you, my friend, are level 3 billion. It's like awesome but unawesome at the same time. So I had to restart.
Mm.
There. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Euro Truck Simulator. I like that game though.
I need to
Yeah.
jump back in that with the Rift. 'Cause the support for that's pretty good.
Do you
for
have the
out of the box.
Oculus?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Beatnik.
I know.
We're coming down to your
Beatnik,
house.
come on, yeah. Everyone to Beatnik's house, including you, Alex. You can walk here.
They only
Play
cheap.
some.
Not many games actually. Like all the games that do support the Rift, it's surprising how many of those it's not native for. Euro Truck is one of the few that where it is native. All you have to do is add an option to the launch parameters, and then it'll download a patch, and then that's it. You can use the Rift with it, and it does work pretty well. There's a few things where it will like glitch out, and it'll skip some of your head tracking, and that can throw you. But it does work really well. You can look around your cockpit. You actually are looking at all the rear view mirrors and everything. It's really cool.
Do you have the first dev kit or the second one?
Second one.
Awesome. Isn't that like 1080p in like each eye? Oh my god.
Not in each eye. It's what is it? 1920. So it's 1920 split in half between each eye.
Ah,
But 1080 1080 height.
Still, that's pretty great.
Yeah, it does the job nicely.
And they're not too expensive now. Like 350 is like a reasonable asking price for something.
No. You see, it's $350, but that's American, and then you add shipping. It essentially added up to be $500 Australian for me when I bought it, and that was 6 months ago-ish.
Much money? Oh god.
So, considering how much our dollar has dropped against America's,
Yeah.
that's going to be more like $550. So yeah, not as cheap as you'd think.
Yeah. Well,
Once you add everything, but it is
350 US is 450 in Australian. I think I'll be alright without the Oculus for a while.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, but yeah.
Yeah, our dollar's gone to shit. Oh well.
I know. Hopefully it goes up again. Eventually, hopefully. But
Yeah, I
Sad.
don't know.
It's an awesome product, but it's very much in beta. It's less beta because of the product. It's more beta because of the support that's there for it at the
Yeah.
moment.
It's a bit expensive
Everything-
for what it is.
Yeah, and everything that you want to use it for requires some tinkering and like manually changing configs and all that sort of stuff.
But it's not like you could just play anything on it and it'd automatically be amazing. Like you wouldn't be able to play something like, I don't know, what's in my room at the moment? Super Smash Brothers.
What's like Star Citizen is something I got recently since
Oh,
I got
yes.
I finally got my gaming computer. I finally got a new graphics card. So first thing I did was when all my mates are playing Star Citizen, and that looks amazing. I need to see this with this new graphics card, and it is mind blowing how awesome that game is. And yeah, they've built it with the Oculus Rift in mind, so I chucked that on, and it works out the box. All you have to do is change a config, and you're good. But the head tracking doesn't work. You have to download to
Star
third party.
It's out.
I think
It's in alpha.
yeah.
So they've got the dogfighting, like the flight modules out, so you can go on free flight around some like asteroids and stuff, or you can do a like horde mode type thing, or you can do races, and you can play with mates in co-op, and it is so much fun. But yeah, the Rift support it works out the box with that, just changing a config, but the head tracking you need third party software to get it to work, and it's just. For something where it was built with the Rift in mind, it is a pain in the ass to get it working, and that's where the downfall is with the Rift at the moment. Is nothing's as simple as click and you can go.
Wow.
Yep.
The specs for this are
Hopefully-
insane. Like, Jesus Christ, the 980 for like Ultra and 16 gigabyte of RAM. Like, my God.
Yeah. I'm running 16 gig and a 980 and an i7 previous gen i7, and I can run it at Ultra, but it'll be sitting between 30 and 60 frames at max settings,
Oh, God.
and that's only 1080p.
Yeah.
So it's a beast, but it's unoptimized. It's an alpha.
Isn't it
and
meant
it's
to be
using-
like that game
What?
Freelancer?
Yes, it's the guy who made it, I think.
I need to play Freelancer. I remember downloading it and being like, this is so fun, but I never got into it. Like, properly.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
same.
I reckon hopefully it'll probably be a lot better by the time the full release is, because the full release isn't even until next year, and it could be like late next year, so that could basically be like 18 months or something, or 20 months.
And the way that they're developing it, because they're getting so much money in for it, it's
Ooh,
pretty much
yeah.
people are saying, oh yeah, we want to see this in there, and they're going, okay, so rather than using their team and developing like that module, they'll go, okay, who's the best people around for that at the moment? All right, let's get them in for this. So for the first person shooter module, they got Crytek in apparently.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
Crytek's
they can
making the
afford
first-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're earning so much money. So Crytek's doing a first person shooter module, which I think's coming out in, I think there's PAX or something that's up in a couple weeks. So they're going to be announcing or releasing the first-person shooter module then, and that's going to be cool, where you can just like board other people's ships and stuff like that, and start doing like FPS gameplay.
Yeah, that'd be sick as. I'm excited.
It looks amazing. The scope of the game is absolutely mind-blowing. It scared the crap out of me at first. So I'm like, this is gonna be worse than when WoW like hit its peak and people were like ignoring their families in their jobs to go on raids and stuff. This is gonna be so much worse. It's so much more involved and so much more in depth than what WoW is from what I'm hearing, and I'm like, this is gonna destroy lives.
Raid's a serious business. It's so annoying. Like I went out the other night, like mid raid, and everyone that I played with was just like, they're just kind of like pissed off. But I was kind of like, I like stayed for most of it, and I was like, I gotta go. And they're just like, all right, because it's
I didn't know
weird.
you-
It's kind of weird, like the whole MMO thing, because it's not like it's like you playing something with someone, and even though it's just a video game, it's kind of like they've put off other things to come and do this as well. So it's kind of like, it's common decency to stay for the whole time and like do what you said you'd do,
Mm.
It's like if I was just like, oh, I'm Cameron, not going to come to the podcast and be a douchebag.
Yeah, Cameron, you
Fuck
beasted.
you.
You little beasted.
So do we want to move on to the next topic?
Let us go.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Who
again, I like
understands?
it.
Okay.
I
I
don't
didn't really
really
get this
anything
one.
about this. This just seems like
Yeah.
clickbait, but go.
Is it?
Who put this on the list?
Colours.
Right. Yeah. Basically, it was something about Night Dive buying a trademark, but then not being able to get like the licensing, something they can't re-release this game digitally. And the game is No One Lives Forever, which was a really popular game at the time.
Do you remember
I was
that?
hoping someone else would know something about it because I've never played this game.
Yeah,
I remember
missed
it
that
came out
boat.
ages ago, and I remember my brothers playing it, and I remember looking at it going, yeah, it's sweet. It kind of looked like Perfect Dark, I think. Like,
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, that's cool, but I never played it.
But
Sure
now
you
I
can
can't
Get it,
now-
though.
Yeah, now I totally want to get it. But the thing is they're like, oh yeah, like people now are gonna have to like get really, really hard to find physical copies or illegally torrent it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
gonna
like, yeah, I'll
pirate
go
that.
for the yeah. It's like, yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna go for
At this point, I'm just giving my money to some douchebag on eBay.
I was
yeah.
going to say I'm someone who loves having the physical copy of hard to get games now.
I
It's
hate that.
bad.
I have a cartridge for the first Super Mario, I think it was. Yeah, for like the
Oh,
first
nice.
Mario. So yeah, but like I really want to get a NES because I don't have a NES because it's so expensive to get it now.
Is it?
Yeah, they are collectibles now. It's annoying.
Yeah. But I want to get on that in the next year or so, and like for the next couple of years I have to save up so I like can go to America and that, and so I'm like kind of cutting out some luxuries now even, and yeah, NESs and that like and I'll still buy them. I'll still buy them. I'll still buy all the
You
consoles.
can get a Nintendo
Understand.
Entertainment System plus the Flintstones and Mario Brothers games for $90. $99.
Oh sweet! I'm hopping on that Flintstones for sure.
Hey, don't you fucking dare diss the Flintstones. Yeah, but
no.
never fucking do, cuz.
Yeah, that whole hard to find thing. That's how I ended up getting the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii, because it was, I don't know why, but it's really hard to find, and you're pretty much paying $100 to $200 for it secondhand on eBay.
Holy balls.
And I think I
Yeah.
paid like between 150 and 175 with shipping to get it, and that was about a year ago, and now they released it for 15, $20 Australian in the first week or something for the trilogy.
Conker's
Digital?
Bad Fur Day is like selling for like $300.
What?
We have one of those.
Holy shit!
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. I remember
Wow.
I remember when they were like at 100, and my cousin was like, "Oh, I can't really find any," and I was like, "Oh, well, just borrow ours, I guess."
how
but
much is an
shit.
Atari 2600 worth? Because I've still got like 2 or 3 of them sitting in the shed.
2 or
Not much.
3.
Mum and Dad actually like.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know
they're-
why, but yeah,
only
they've
have,
got one
like-
still in the
pretty sure
box or
those-
something.
I'm pretty sure those are like no price at all because they're really common.
Yeah, like
Like,
45
I've got one
bucks.
sitting
You
on the
do
shelf.
have 2
Yeah.
or 3 in there.
I've got one
The-
sitting behind me at the moment.
Of all the consoles you could have bought to retain value, here you get the Atari 2600.
But
They're
the
like
thing
It was
is,
40,
amazing,
$40.
okay?
Yeah,
It was
the thing-
awesome.
But the thing is, if you have like games and stuff, you can like pump up the price a bit because the games are a bit harder to find. Consoles not so much, but yeah, getting specific games and that are harder for the Atari.
They're looking around $100 for the console.
even like GameCubes are getting like a bit expensive.
Yeah.
Like, remember when you could get them
Are they?
like secondhand at EB Games for like $10?
Oh,
Rather
tell
bought like
me about
30
it.
of them.
Yeah, he's gonna make a fortune
Look up
soon.
Fantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2. That thing is like 120 quid. It's a game for the GameCube. It was 120 quid or so a few years ago when it was very hard to find.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just,
jumping on all of
$50
this next
Australian.
year. I am buying all of these consoles next year. That's how it is. When I can
Good
finally
luck.
work full time, I'm gonna buy all of them, and then I'm gonna go back to buying no luxuries. This will be like my last push of
Actually,
luxuries.
GameCubes are still pretty
All these
cheap.
consoles with no games.
Yeah,
Hmm.
pretty much. I'll slowly collect the video games while I go along. Slowly.
The hard
Ever
to
so
find ones are going to
slowly.
be like the Dreamcast and stuff, I think.
Oh, I know. I so want a Dreamcast though because that was like my
Sega Saturn.
childhood.
I never had one.
Shumway.
I grew up with Segas, and yet
Segas.
we switched to Ah, damn it, Sega. Sega, you guys and your Segas, and me with my Sega. Yeah, all right, Sega. That feels so wrong to say. But yeah, I grew up with
Say it.
Sega. I grew up with
But you should
Sega,
say, like, "I'm
but we
dirty."
switched to PlayStation for some reason. I can't remember why, but it was great. But anyway,
Because it's the far superior console.
yeah, but still stuff on the Sega.
Yeah, Dreamcast had some
It's
good
great.
games.
Yeah, anyway.
And next
Yeah,
year,
we really gone off topic. $25.
yeah, I was just
They're
about to
cheap.
say I want to do it when I'm like able to like spend 24/7 and have like all this free time to sit on eBay and constantly like bid every 5 seconds.
Do we
Wow,
want to?
there's it's
Just
such a
outbidding
like
yourself.
they're all like $400, and then you just get these random ones where they don't realize how much it's worth.
And it's like
So it's like-
$20.
$550 for the console by itself, and then a couple spaces down, $400 with one game, and then you've got $125
Yep.
with a fishing rod.
There
And
has to
then
be
you have
something wrong with
some which are like, 50 or whatever, and they're like super cheap. These are people just trying to get rid of them.
And then you got $70 with a bunch of games. What? I am very tempted to get that actually. Shit. What have I started?
Broken.
What have we started?
Do we want to move on to another topic? We're
Yes, before
way
I
off.
make
We're
some-
way off.
Before
So-
I make horrible, horrible mistakes. I hate it though, like when it's like the console's like $30 and the shipping's like $100, and it's like, wait a minute.
I think they actually have to pay like more for the shipping, like the actual person who puts it on. So they trying to like eBay tries to avoid that. That's why so many things have like free shipping because you pay eBay more based on your shipping. Anyway,
Yeah.
so a new Guitar Hero and Rockband games are coming out on the Xbox One and PS4, or they may be. And I really like those kind of games. Like, my God. Remember when Guitar Hero 2 came out and I was like, this is so dope.
Yeah.
And then I realized later, I was like, I'm just like hitting
Freebird.
fucking plastic. I can play the real guitar.
Bad.
Oh yeah, Freebird. I remember
Yeah.
learning that.
I used to I used to play it heaps before. Because even though I wanted to play guitar since I was like 4, and I kept telling people, "Can I get a guitar for my birthday? Can I get a guitar for my birthday?" Everyone said no. And it made me sad. And then when I was like 13, I got my guitar and I was like, "Yeah, I don't need stupid Guitar Hero." And Yeah,
I went and actually
I
played it the other day.
I haven't played Guitar Hero ever since, and
It's so
I'm
good.
totally like pumped to play again. I
The
will
best-
totally
I-
play again.
The best thing
I
is the
played,
drums. You can actually learn how to play
Oh,
the drums
yeah.
Oh,
like
it's so
pretty
good.
legitimately
Yeah, 'cause
just
you-
through this fucking plastic thing because
Yeah,
they got like
'cause-
everything there anyway.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you have to learn the timing as well, which is like the most important part of like drums, because some people who totally don't understand it are like, oh yeah, drums like the easiest thing to play. It's like, if drums stuff up, then everyone else stuffs up. It's like with bassists. If they stuff it up, it screws up the lead guitarist, and like, you know, it stuffs up everything because the rhythm is screwed by that point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Drums aren't the easiest to play by a long shot. They're fucking
Yeah,
difficult as. Like you really have to have a strong foot over
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
else. Like if you
It-
can't
It
like
needs so much more coordination
If
because
you can't,
you're
like-
using like you're going from using 2 limbs to using 3 or 4.
fall.
Yeah.
Depends on whether you're playing real drums or Guitar Hero drums.
Oh yeah.
I would say
Yeah,
like
true.
in terms of like in comparison to guitar and drums and being someone who can play both, like yeah, guitar like requires more dexterity like in your hands. That like you need to be super coordinated just in your hands, and it's more compact in a sense of like your coordination. But yeah, with drums, once you get to the harder songs and that, like, you need to get the timing exactly right, and then you need to make sure you don't screw anyone else up, because if you're off by like a quarter of the beat, that stuffs up everything. And yeah, if you're using all of your limbs, then even more coordination and timing is required. So it's not as easy as it looks. It's like making a video game. People go, oh, that's like pretty easy, right? It's like, no, wrong. It's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, there's so much
That's
goes
pretty
into it
easy.
before you can even like put in like the window which the game will be in, and then you're like, all right, now I need to actually make textures, even though I have no artistic ability whatsoever. Well, fuck.
Yeah, I just love how like on that article where it's like 5 things I learned, and one of them was like, oh yeah, games actually look shit 90% of the development, like throughout development.
What's the do?
Yeah. It's like with the Dead Linger, that game, like, you know, the mechanics and that are coming along, but the graphics started off so crap.
Yeah,
And then they
it's just-
upgraded. It still looks kind of crappy, but like they made a massive like upgrade with it recently.
Because the art team goes, all right, well, we got all this time to make it. Let's really work hard on it. And then they take forever and ever and ever. And then they're like, all right, it's near release. This is what we've come out with. I think it looks pretty good. We've really refined what it is.
Yeah,
like
and
with
then it ends up
Batman.
being amazing.
With like the Arkham games. Like
Oh,
there was like
yeah.
a guy who spent like a year working on the cave. He's just like every day in, day out. He's just like working on the physics of the cave. It's like, my God.
And it was
get so bored of
so
that.
good. Yeah, worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Whoop,
Yeah.
We lost colours.
What?
it's gone.
Oh no. Ah, I'm back. I think. Am I?
Losing colours.
No.
Stop all the downloading.
I don't get it. All the downloads are not like they're off.
Yeah, it's doing better now.
Oh, okay,
Anyway.
good.
So do we want to move on to these new releases?
Nah.
Oh yeah, we don't have anything else. Yeah, new releases. Shut up, Alex. Oh, this
fuck
podcast
you.
is going to be way shorter.
That seemed so out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, new releases. Shut up, Alex.
Yeah.
I could hear you thinking.
It's just
Fuck
because
you, Alex.
It's just because Alex was like, no. He was like, nah. But yeah, this podcast, we're only like 1.5 hours in, as opposed to our like 3-hour podcast for the last 2 weeks. It's because we had like no topics. Oh no, it dropped off. No. So yeah, I'm just like talking to myself right now because I'm the one recording. So yeah, so I can't connect to the Skype call right now. So I'm just sitting here talking. I'm just gonna remind them that to not talk because I'm recording. Do you remember that I am recording? So I'm gonna keep trying to join the call while I commentate myself doing it. So yeah. So
Better.
Okay,
finally!
hey, back.
I tried like joining before.
Hello.
I kept doing
Nope,
it, and
nope, she's gone again.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and because I was the one recording, I was like, crap, now I need to keep up the podcast all by myself.
Bro, you're dipping so much.
So,
You're
yeah, I was
dipping
just-
in and out.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. Like, nobody
Same.
else is
Again.
using,
Uh,
like, nobody else is using the internet, and I'm not downloading anything or uploading anything. I purposely made
Yeah,
sure
it's
not
time to
to.
end it.
yeah, I think that's it.
No, because I'm hearing you guys, like, perfectly fine.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't
Okay.
really have
Well,
anything
we
else
all
open.
hear each other perfectly fine, except for you. We can't
I
hear
don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the frick? What the frick?
The uploads are all that's fucking.
you. Okay, we're done here.
That sounds so weird on our end.
What?
Because it like fast forwards you see you're there instead of going, oh, what the freak? It goes, what the freak?
What the frick?
So now
Quickly.
it's back, but like
Upcoming! Quickly! Quickly
There it
before it
is.
drops again.
Quick, before we lose the chance.
Quick! Quickly!
It's dying.
Yeah.
I don't know
My girlfriend
why.
It is
behind you
probably
pissing
dead now.
herself at us right
I
now.
don't know. We can get these new releases later, I guess.
No, they're not new
We-
releases
we
if
can
you do
organise
it
it
later.
properly.
Maybe.
Well, we can organise it properly next time.
Yeah.
No, I had so much to talk about. Fuck. Aw. Now Skype's being a bitch again. So I'll just like wait for them to come back while I you know, so we can do the outro. So little shit. Quickly, wait, quickly. Outro when I get back. So I'm just gonna like uphold the podcast. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm not even hosting the call or anything. That's probably why I can hear them so well. But yeah, for some reason, actually I don't even get it. So this is really, really awkward. I'm just here by myself. What is going on? Skype's being a little douche. So I'm gonna join the call again. I don't know why it's being a poo right now, so... Can you guys hear me? Or am I still
Yep.
talking to myself? Oh, okay.
You're very, very muffled and bad bitrate and whatnot, but we can hear you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's quickly do an outro while everyone's here and alive and well. Yeah.
It's
Thank you
gold
guys
because
for-
you are very quick. It sounds like fast forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. Can you hear me? No, they can't hear me. I lost them again. All of the technical difficulties. So yeah, we're only like 1.5 hours in, which is like half the past 2 podcasts. But-
She's back.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This
No,
just
she's
bits
got
where I'm
it.
just talking to
No, she's
myself.
gonna end. I hope this
Yeah.
is heard. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep up to date and stuff. And I've got no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, we'll see you in the next
What?
Stay in
podcast.
school.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye, Nuggle.
Yeah.
What?
We need to find that technical difficulties thing from The Simpsons.
Hey.
Teacher Sally, what is happening?
Why they do this? Why they do this?
I don't
Why do
know,
I
but
come
it's
back
gonna
every
go
week?
to creep you
I
guys
could
out.
clearly
Yeah,
do something
pretty
more than
much.
productive.
Oh my. Oh, mouth breathers. Disgusting mouth breathers.
I'm surprised they don't get it on like the radio. You know, like how
Yeah.
they always have like their like face really close to the mic, and they're always just like, "Welcome to KBBL." You know, like they always like go really close to it, but
I'm
then you never
sure.
hear like the awkward breathing. Like, why is
Although,
that?
I'm sure they're not sitting there going,
They're like,
yeah.
oh god, it's hot today.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Plug it in by
my uni
USB,
has like
so
their
that's
own
the OBN, it's a little output.
radio station, and you can like
get,
go in
audio into
and
that,
actually
it's
like
just
have your own like
audio,
thing.
TV.
Like you can record shit in it.
You need
It's
to
like
plug
dope.
power
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they work on my laptop?
drivers maybe. You'd need to plug in. I'd plug in both, and it will use one
Technical beatnik.
powered.
He gets so serious.
I know. He's like, this is
Ah.
serious business.
Oh, loud
Sorry.
Nick out loud.
Bex is like, oh, my bad. No, she couldn't get headphones working. They're weird Turtle Beach ones that
Oh.
have USB and 3.5 mil.
Oh, right. Yeah, the... I don't know. What... Turtle Beach, why you do this?
Their mic quality
It's
is
a shit.
surprisingly good.
This is not my job.
Wait, what? I heard two conflicting opinions right then.
Never used Turtle Beach. I just think they're a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are from
See.
first-hand experience. Or the
They're all
ones that I had, at least, sucked.
Just check that in the laundry and grab
Like some like they're good for like they're a bit overpriced.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I got a pair for my first pair, and they broke really early because they were really heavy, so they gave me headaches. And then one time they just fell and just snapped, and I was like, this is bullshit. And then I got my Razer Electras, and they were really cheap, and they're fantastic. I love them, and they're light, and they don't give me headaches, and it's a whole new world.
Whole new world. Anyway,
I was waiting for that.
yeah, someone had to.
Yeah,
Someone had to.
we do it all the time in Trine, every single 10.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm missing that, and I need to watch that as well.
do it. Give us all of the views and subscribers.
You've already got the subscribers.
Only some subscribers. I
How's
ain't
your
no
channel
PewDiePie.
going anyway, fellas?
I'm
I'm interested.
I have sort of stagnated.
Ah.
Yeah, sad.
What?
But I'm still getting views. At least some, like at least one per video, so that's good.
God damn it!
What?
I turned on like your channel and it's just like, oh, there's a gentleman. And I was like,
What?
oh lordy.
What?
What?
It was like really loud for some reason. It just like it was like someone was yelling into my ear, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen." I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Okay, I
Still
am.
need to make a channel trailer.
Hello,
Yeah, I
welcome,
don't know.
ladies and gentlemen. My name's
Probably
1000
better
Col.
to just have like one of your videos.
I
that
just
you
I just realized that video is really loud. I totally forgot. I should have warned you. Yeah, I made that one louder because people are like, I got a message saying, like your past few videos have been really quiet. So I was like, fine, I'll make it really loud.
Volume, my
Take
God.
that.
Break your fucking eardrums.
But yeah.
The next thing, she's like, apparently my voice is really quiet, so now I'm going to talk really close so that everyone can hear every single nuance,
Yeah.
every word that I say. Spiders in your ears.
Spiders in your blood.
Alright, let's start. I gotta go in
Playing.
like an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
I need my beauty sleep.
Okay. Actually, we don't know. We don't know.
You do not know.
Maybe you do need it. Maybe you don't. Who knows?
Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just so fucking great
Yeah.
that
Tom's like, tell me I'm pretty. Okay. Okay.
What the fuck?
What?
Alex, super fun penis candy.
What?
Yep.
Did you-
I log into Twitter and that's what I see.
What?
Wow. Look at Twitter and
I
look at
log into
Alex's
Twitter.
Twitter. I just
I
opened
use
up Twitter, and then all I see is the first thing is just Alex has retweeted some dude's picture of super fun penis candy, and it is legitimately penis candy.
Oh.
Cock and balls.
what's his handle? I don't know. I'll find it.
OG
I
nerd.
just-
Really?
I
Tap that in. Must be going insane.
At Ochinode IRL.
All right, there you go. Fun penis candy. Right. Where'd you get this from?
So I'm just like, okay.
Oh, I'm not like shocked that it's a thing. Like, I mean,
Okay, quickly check this out. Just scroll down. Oh, okay. Oh, animals.
is there like a photo? Is it the
Yes.
seal?
What?
Is it the seal?
Yes.
Right.
I don't know why it made me laugh.
I don't know either. Like, it's alright.
Yeah,
Seal. What?
the seal's
like there's a seal.
face.
Totally chuck that in the podcast.
Yeah.
Just that face in the corner.
Wow. I'm pretty sure they have boob candy or boob pasta and stuff. But
I've seen the past
Titty
before.
paste.
But they just like there's only so much they can do because yeah, sometimes they just look like eights. They just look like eights and it's like, well, those aren't boobs. Like what are you Yeah, I don't
What are you
know what
doing,
boobs
you
you've been
fucking
looking
pleb?
at. Yeah. Apparently my friend my friend looked up I think it was like boob shaped food or something at school. And she got like a detention, but she was like, "I'm a girl. Why do I get a detention for that? Like, I have boobs." And they're like, "No disputing it." She's like, "Ugh, fine."
Spit. Actually, we did that. We looked up boob shaped cakes.
They're funny though.
we were just like, what can we look up? We just like started looking up things that were cakes that looked like other things. So I was like, that is a nice cake. And then we found one that said "Tits your birthday," and we all laughed. And the teacher saw it, and she was like, "Ha!"
I don't see why it's such like a taboo topic. Like,
I don't know.
some people have these parts, some people have those parts. The end.
Don't tell me about your parts, mate. All right, good with my parts. Anyway, we should
Okay,
really start the
we should
podcast. I'm getting
start.
bored of this.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't know why I did that. It was just to separate, so I knew where to edit in and that. Okay, I'll start up then. What's going on with the chat?
I don't know.
Why you do this? Okay.
Dicks and shit.
Okay. Hello, welcome everyone, and welcome.